Shroud, a little music, please.
You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. Ain't no other better freaking place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch, no other than a dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
This is Jack. Welcome to Lunch with Laz and Jack and
Scroda.
And Scroda.
That was your cue. How you doing out there today, everybody? Today is March 23rd, 2016, for the record here in Shroud and Avatar. How you doing today, guys? I know you're having some problems there already, Jack, today. As well, hopefully you'll fix that while we're taking our trip through the show today. But meanwhile, let me just verify that we have audio out there so that Justin's not sending us all sorts of wild messages going, I can't hear you guys. And it all sounding good so far. All right, so we've got audio going out across the board over here. And Jack has finally joined us in game.
Yay. I just have to fix my sound.
Yeah, you work on that. Looking at a couple things today, of course, stand-up corner's been updated. And real interesting. I know that we missed a couple last week, and Chaos has put a little line in there that says still missing transcripts for last Wednesday and Thursday. So they're actually going to go back and actually drop those in. I just figured since they missed them, people are out sick, you missed a day or two. It happens, but we'll see what they throw in there just for giggles and grins. I'd like to see how good their memory is. But all sorts of other interesting stuff there. Good little tidbits, and we'll figure out how we want to do this here in just a minute.
I found my echo problem.
What was the echo problem?
You're going to laugh at this.
I'm probably going to laugh my ass
because
off.
I had the Discord web app open so that way I could fix the Discord app on the our testing website.
And you were coming in through there instead of...
I was coming through both places.
The problem was between the chair and the keyboard.
Yep. Replace user
as they say.
Key to continue. User error. Well, good. And we don't have you dinking with that throughout the show, going back and forth, going, damn it, I can't hear. I'm echoing. Today it's not my problem.
It just makes me whenever I'm talking.
It just what?
It makes me pause whenever I'm talking.
Yes, I noticed that on the intro. Now, in order to do the way I've got things set up here, I've got to actually listen to everything I say, which initially drove me crazy. Because, when you're talking, you're used to just, doing it, and you're not used to it coming right back into your own ears.
It's weird.
It's very freaking weird. But that's just one of the things. Plus, it just allows me to verify that, we're broadcasting.
Very weird.
Very weird. But
I just look at the to see whether or not my volume level is going up on my computer.
Yeah, well, I've got volume levels here. I've got volume levels here. I've got volume levels there. You got to remember, I'm running through several different pieces of machinery.
I know.
Are they everywhere?
I got them everywhere. That's right. Now, Jack and I have been working on the website, and the website's, it's there. We're working behind the scenes to redo the website one more time. And I tell you, what a conundrum this damn thing's becoming. Yeah.
Hey, it's not my fault that you don't like real editors.
I love real editors, when they work properly. As I've got Dreamweaver in front of me. You show me how this is easy as they say it is, and I mean, believe me, I'm tech savvy. I'm not a fool by any means. I mean, I've used dozens and dozens of them. And again, before the show, we're looking here. I'm still looking at it. I edit image, and most of these editors allow you to move, resize, and this is stuck. It's not doing anything. I'm in split code, split screen. I got code. I
It
got
worked
that.
for me.
Yeah.
I even put the Discord stuff in it.
Now, I mean,
We'll
maybe
figure it out.
maybe you got something toggled wrong. I don't know, but we'll play with it more later on.
Well, after you put it there, you have to refresh it.
You have to refresh it. Oh, interesting. So there's the refresh button. Yep. Yep, still nothing.
Well, we'll talk about that after the show.
We'll talk about that later. So, moving right along. There's a funny thing happened last night on my way to the web browser. We were working out there, and I get a message from a friend of ours, Kendrick Darrow, out there, and sends me a link to somebody's stream last night, and we're just going to have a giggle and grin over this one because I still think it was freaking hysterical. And he shows me this link to a stream, and I click on it, and I look at it, and the guy's got, starting soon, the history of gaming with Richard Garriott. And I'm going, that's odd. I published a stream that was done on the history of gaming by Richard Garriott last October. I'm wondering if this is something to do with that or blah, blah, blah. And sure as shit, this guy's out there broadcasting a copy of the broadcast I got out there. And I had a laugh. I jumped into chat over there and said to Kendrick, I says, do you think he's, So I'm looking at first and I'm going, okay, maybe he's got a, duplicate, version of this broadcast. And of course, then I'm looking closely and I see our logo sitting up in the corner, hidden under some other graphics. And I'm going, oh, damn, that's our broadcast. But, you know what they say is, I don't know what they say. I lost this saying. His imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, they say. That's what I was looking for. But I got to
Well,
There you go.
Last night when we were checking out that stream together, he had all of this pretty graphics on top of it, but you could still see the NBNN stuff through the graphics.
Off in the corner. He didn't quite get it covered up just enough. And, of course, he was missing a lot of this screen. I mean, one of those things that I wouldn't say battled with, but we debated and went back and forth with, was the fact that if we were going to use an overlay for the streams, it had to be something that wasn't so intrusive and invasive on our viewers, as well as taking up the screen. For those of you guys who are out there, you watch our stream, if you guys watch other streams out there, one of the things that drives me batty is when somebody has all this screen area to show you what's going on in the game or what's happening, and they take and put the game in a little corner of the screen, and then they have all this other crap all over the screen. Why do that? I mean, I know you want to get the information to people and stuff like that, but I would rather spend that valuable real estate so you guys can see, what we're showing you when we go out and show you. Of course, I know you all say, well, you all just sit there. You just show us the same thing. But, I mean, you can see the textures and the characters. You can see the effects of the lightings, as people come by. You can see a lot of the visuals with what we do here without us actually running around in the world. But, putting that into a quarter of the screen for people to see, I mean, I just don't get it. That's just me.
Well, that and we, this is a talk show, and what do they do on talk shows? They sit there and talk.
That's right.
So we're not sitting there going out hunting and displaying that. We have both done streams where we are actively hunting and talking about certain game dynamics and working differently. But since this Lunch with Laz and Jack is a talk show, we sit here and talk.
That's right. Now, some people look at us. I get it all the time, and I know Jack gets it all the time. We'll see people come to the stream, and I get it especially when we're on the replay. Why don't you guys do something? We have to explain to people that
we are doing something.
We are doing something. We are doing a talk show. While this is not your normal stream, we believe we're also on part of the cutting edge of what's being done here in Shroud of the Avatar. I don't know of any other role-playing game, MMO, massive MMO, or anything else where I've ever seen somebody who does what we do. Sits down inside the game 5 days a week and brings you what's going on, with the game, with the updates, and so on. We've been doing it for a year. For those folks who know the story or don't know the story, initially we were just doing this for giggles and grins and to pass our time. And one thing led to another, and it became a serious endeavor for us. And we followed through with that to keep bringing this to you folks, thanks to your support out there. So again, thanks to you guys, that keeps us going and coming back day after day to bring this to you. We have grown over the year. The past year has been great, with the addition of Casey Cupcakes and Shroud. And we continue to grow. The vision's there. And, who knows what happens by the time we get to release here, Jack,
Well, that's where everything's going to change.
Yeah, and of course, what we do is, of course, invite you, the public, the audience, to come in and join us here every day. And we're hoping by the time that we get to the actual launch that we're going to have guild leaders and, people who are wanting to actively get in here and go, hey, we need to talk about this. We need to toss this idea around. We need to do that. But we're here for you whenever you're all ready to do that. We know we're in development, and what we're doing is just providing information on the active development at this point in time.
As well as occasionally providing our own opinions on the direction of development, as well as the direction of everything else.
And of course, the entertainment value that you get when we derail the train almost on a daily basis. Who can put a price on that? You know what I'm saying?
Encounter technical hurdles.
And technical difficulties. But
why'd you break it?
We're in that time in a month, as it's now affectionately known. I'm actively searching for Star's update for the release 28 post.
That'll be tomorrow.
Yeah, sometimes he gets it out on a Wednesday, so I actively start prowling.
Plus soon.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Is the public won't actually see this until next Wednesday. Usually it's around this time or tomorrow for Dev Plus. So now I'm actively trolling the forums, going, "Hey, has he posted it yet? Has he posted it yet? Hey, Butterhead, look at that, hanging out, stopping, passing by today."
He said Butterhead.
He said,
yes, he did.
Butter. Or gay. Oh, come on, Butterhead. You're not going to do that to us now, are you? Yeah, he's funny. And where's Crafty Method been? Haven't seen Crafty in a couple of days. Hold on, I better go check.
He fell on the toilet.
I was going to say, I better go check the restrooms to make sure that he hasn't died in one of them. Okay, he's not hiding.
So, are you ready to start talking about the stand-up corner?
I am. There's a lot of interesting stuff here now. Before we go delve into that,
are we going to do today's and yesterday's and today's, or are we just going to?
I'm gonna guess that we're going to have plenty of information to talk about tomorrow. If not, we'll make it up. No, we always have stuff to talk about. So if Chaos is on it tomorrow, we should have another one. Hopefully about the same time. Hopefully maybe he'll get some of those updates in there for us, like he said. But yeah, let's go ahead and go through them all, because there's a lot to talk about here. Or you want to do the first one? We'll talk about what's in the first one. We'll see what kind of time we got, and we'll make a call after that. How about that?
Yeah. So this is the stand-up corner from yesterday, Tuesday, March 22nd, 2016. So remember, today is the 23rd. Bob was working on the automated phonographs and coliseums. Fletcher was working on equipment sets polished. Kevin was working on faces and materials and equipment bugs.
Bug.
Leo, the sound guy, was working on the mimic audio and spellcasting audio and audio normalization pass and bugs.
Bug.
Matt was working on bugs.
Bug.
And spell casting animations. Reed was working on more home colliders and Novia mountain collision tightened and ships. Scotty was working on the halls of artifice. Over in design, Brandon was working on wisps and world item bugs.
Bug.
And crafting. Dan was working on spawning Shrek. Skrek. I said Shrek.
I know.
Skrek AI and resources and Skrek world connections. Finn was working on the snow emote visual effects and automated phonograph support. Gina was working on community and customer service. Keith was working on bugs.
Bug.
And lights and signage. Richard M. was working on Valhold.
Arr.
Sorcerer Steve. Is Valhold one of our pirate R's?
Richard Mady.
Oh yeah, Richard.
R. Mady.
Sorcerer Steve was working on Central Brittany.
Sorcerer Steve, I'm telling you, I think we're gonna see it.
Yeah, I don't think so. Jason was working on the QA server setup and critical bugs.
Bug.
And social systems, Wizard Smoke was working on the skills user interface polish and character creation bugs.
Bug.
One and only was spawning effects and shooting stars and bugs.
Bug.
Tassilo was working on web optimizations and add-on store layout updates.
Nice. Cool tunes, Scrota.
Over in QA, James was working on the sanity report and regression. Michael was working on equipment smoke tests and customer service. Ooh, I know this song.
Yeah, I know this one too.
Takes me back to my childhood.
I'm telling you, I love this shit, man.
Reese was working on sanity testing and localization and bug forms.
Bug.
Over in the production management other group, I don't know why other is in there. Chris was working, or Dippy Bird was working on playthrough tasks and blessings design and system. Hutch was working on mount and player towns. Lord British was working on playtesting and Jira updates. Chaos was working on reward assets and data and customer service direction and network IT. And Darkstar was working on quarter 2 post and release 28 post and QA direction and Jira triage.
Okay, yeah. Now that's an update right there. The Q2 post as well as the R28 post coming up. So we may not see it all till Friday at that point. But we'll see. Star's pretty good at getting it together. And one of the things I love about the way he does it is he'll put it all together. And of course, we, the community, help clean it up as it may be. He's got a couple people out there. Spoon is one, and who was the other one? Algarian, was it? Who's usually one of the people? He's got several people chime in and go, hey, you know, they play Jack. They play the English teacher and go, this should be worded like this should be worded like that. And everybody chimes in and goes, you know, let's make sure we got the I's dotted, the T's crossed. It makes sense to everybody. And of course, those of us with the Dev Plus get to sit there and critique it and toss our ideas around. as well while we're at it. So I really enjoy the way that that's done. And of course, as he puts the ideas in there. Come on, what's going on here? We get to add, add our commentary to it. I'm just trying to figure out why there it is. I see. My buttons weren't working. Let me say hello to Marcus out there.
Why'd you break it?
Yeah, because we can, It's because we didn't have any problems on Monday. Gotta have some problems somewhere along the line.
That's right.
But let me pull this on over here real quick. So now in here on this Tuesday's stand-up corner, a couple items in there. Of course, Halls of Artifice, and one of the words gets me here. Read Rollo. Go read that again real quick on Tuesday. Are we reading that right? I mean, what are we?
More home colliders and Novia Mountain collision and tightened and ships.
And ships. That's.
I think that's just.
Yeah.
Okay, so Reed has been actually working on fixing the collision problems inside of homes, and so this means that he's going. Yeah, so because there are a couple of ship choices, like the Baron frigate and the Galleon, that are homes, and so he's probably working on the collisions inside of those homes.
Yeah, I'm dreaming. I'm reaching. Yeah.
Yeah, you're reaching for ship transports and moving and across water, things like that.
Well, we have that already in with the boat connections, but not actual sailing. I'll be happy when I see sailing, but ships just got my curiosity. So I guess he's just doing that's more home collision basically then when you come down.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going, man. They've been knocking some stuff out if they're working on ships down there. Somebody's getting stuck.
Well, I mean, we still have to see the planning for the ship schedules from point A to point B, and then from there, the possibility of your ship coming under attack. So all of that still needs to take place.
Yeah, that's going to be. Yeah, we'll see that after episode 1.
That is actually part of the Kickstarter campaign, though. So we have to see it before episode 1.
Ooh, I don't recall seeing that in a Kickstarter.
Yes, that is part of the Kickstarter.
Ooh, let's revisit
the scheduling for ships from point A to point B and the possibility of them coming under attack. So we have to
scheduling for ships. I got you.
Yeah, so that way it's like
that one. Okay. I missed the word scheduling. I was like, no, that's not in there. The schedules, yes. Yeah.
But also part of that was the defense of the ship that you're on top of. As a possibility. So you may or may not be attacked by a kraken.
Well, we were supposed to see some kind of, I want to say, sea monster, water monster. They mentioned this about 2-3 months ago, and haven't heard anything since on that one. What have you heard on that, if anything?
Nothing.
We haven't heard anything at all, right? Since the mention of it, they was talking about this water monster that they were going to be putting in. I've yet to see or hear of it. But anyway, moving right along. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting the way that was there. So ships. Be nice.
Yep. I was actually going to go to the very first one, which was Bob's automated phonographs. And I think that is the phonograph for the player-owned towns. If you have a dynamic player-owned town, you can actually have the... you get to choose the audio that's done there.
Right. Because
Bob is working on that, as well as Finn working on it yesterday.
Yeah, and in here,
And-
somebody else was helping work on that today too.
Yeah.
So
I think that
that
is
was
the
also Finn. Yeah, with the snow emote. Correct. Finn was working on that
Yeah.
with them. Now, Shrek is working on World Connections, so I'm going to guess that we're going to see that. We might actually see Shrek and Halls of Artifice.
Skrek.
Shrek, yeah, that's what I said.
Skrek.
And man, that place is in bumfuck nowhere. 'Cause that's all the way the hell out in nowhere, man. I mean,
You can go to my town of Jackson and get there within a couple of minutes.
you know, I figured, I saw where it was initially, and I'm going, oh, I can go right up the coast from where I am. Now, man, I got to go up. I got to go all the way the hell around and all the way up to the other side of the world. When coming from my hometown. I'm like, damn, that sucks. But Shooting Stars, again, I'm curious about Shooting Stars. I mean, is it just going to be animation? Is it going to be something in, smoke tests? Yeah. What is smoke tests? I mean,
Smoke test means that they're testing it.
Yeah.
It's like, is it going to work?
Well,
Is it not going to work? I mean, that's what a smoke test is.
Smoke test where I come from is if you let out the magic smoke, it's screwed.
Well, that's why Wizard Smoke gets to fix it.
Yeah, right? All right, so let's go ahead and do the next one because there's some stuff in here that I just want to get to as well. Yeah, of course.
Okay, let me go ahead and bring it back up on screen.
I know.
So this
That's
is the
tedious.
stand-up corner from today.
Tedious work you got to
So
do.
Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, and I spilled some water on my pants.
Pants.
So Wednesday, yep. Over in art, Bob was working on signage decorations. Fletcher was working on the cloth equipment polish. Kevin was working on facial sliders tuning. Leo was working on respawn audio and mimic audio and spell audio. Matt was working on spawning animations and imp facial rigging. Reed was working on Ardor's lighthouse collisions and prop bugs.
Bug.
Scotty was working on the Halls of Artifice and gameplay review with Lord British. Over in design, Brandon was working on shield stats and wisps and obsidian crafting. Dan was working on bugs
Bug.
and the Rise review and encounter planning and Saskatchewan.
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 Yeah, you got it right.
Gina was working on customer service and content review in last release 28 tasks. Keith was working on bugs
Bug.
and the Rise review and Novia Mountains review and testing. So I wonder what the Rise is.
Oh, you know that place that has a lot of falls? Maybe it's called The Rise.
Maybe. And because that's part of their map review process, I think. So a region of the map is going to be called The
I believe
Rise?
you'll get the answer when you continue to read.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, so let's see. In Novia Mountains review and testing, our matey was doing Valhold and small props. Scott Jennings, or Lum the Mad, was doing the Cobalt dialogue and Xenos and NPC bed usage. Sorcerer Steve was working on Brittany and the Coliseum edition. Over in tech, Eric was working on bed bugs
Bug.
and wisp behaviors. Jason was working on social lists and systems. Wizard Smoke was working on logging functions and miscellaneous bugs.
Bug.
One and Only was working on bugs
Bug. Bug.
and bugs. Hi, Luca. She didn't say anything. Yeah. Burning Toad was working on asset bundles and automatic builds. Tassilo was working on add-on store layout update and back-end tagging. Zach was working in the recipe book, user interface, and release 28 tasks. Over in QA, James was working the sanity report and regression testing and points of interest. Michael was working on QA and customer service. Reese was working on sanity testing and forums and regression and localization and customer service. Wow, Reese seems to be a busy person.
I'm telling you, they're cranking it out here. And this is why I want to get into this, because you can see what's coming here. We'll talk about once you finish the rest of this here.
Okay, the production management and other group. Dippy Bird was working on The Rise and wrote some code and network outage direction. Hutch was working on the artifice lighting and mountain player town template. Lord British is playtesting and writing bugs and gameplay review and map direction. Chaox was working on sheet music rewards and release 28 tasks and customer service direction. Darkstar was doing his release 28 post and update preparation in Jira triage.
Yeah, that post is coming. I won't be surprised to see it later on today, early tomorrow. Be nice, at least. Be nice to see it then. But in here is the amount of crap in here. And, of course, you said, what is the fall or the rise? I'm guessing that was the secret project that he was working on, because Chris is working on the rise, as well as several other people are working on the rise. And no longer is Chris working on a secret project since it's out there. So I'm assuming.
Well, he could have forgotten what it was called.
Well, you the way you described it, and I'm looking back here to which one was it?
So I guess his dungeon is going to be called The Rise.
The safe fall skill. Because there's lots of drops in this place. I'm guessing it's a very high elevation, or.
I'm scared.
It's interesting to see. But the funniest thing I saw in that was a bug. Bed bugs. Now, these guys have a frickin' sense of humor. I can only imagine what's gonna happen with bed bugs. I mean, the implications here are frickin' hysterical. Just the fact that they decided to do put bed bugs in. I mean, really? That's pestilence in its best form, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, that's classic.
I don't think they're actually putting literal bed bugs in the game. I think it is a problem with sitting
bugs with
laying
beds,
down, things like that.
They've already got bed bugs
with beds.
Man, I thought they were putting bed
Yeah.
bugs. See, I read that different then. I'm thinking bed bugs. Because it was bed bugs and wisps, right? That's the way they worded it. It wasn't
bed bugs and wisp behaviors. No, but
fixing bed bugs.
Bed bugs.
But you have to remember who's working on it. Over in tech, that's Eric. So
Right.
he's trying to fix behaviors.
I thought we were getting bed bugs. Maybe.
Nope.
Maybe that's,
I wish.
I read it wrong.
What do you?
Sucks to be me. Well, one of the things.
What would you do with bed bugs?
Well, that would be one of those things that you could use it as technically a gold sink. If people are using their beds, they gotta, upkeep, keep linens clean, things like that. Especially if
You could give people cooties.
Especially if you're gonna be sleeping in the beds and doing other interesting things in the beds, which we know is coming. We know children are coming in the game. We know there's got to be some way to create children. And we're hoping we're going to have a little...
I would like to see them actually make it so that way my cloth is a solid object, so that way my hand does not poke through my kilt.
Yes, well, we're working on those animations as we go.
I know.
We had the great Capron incident of 2015 for many months back in a while. And every once in a while...
Or the fact that the cape goes straight through the chairs.
Every once in a while I see it still come back. Here you'll see my cape goes right through the chair. Should just crumple up right there. And I'm sure they can get that. Same way my ponytails come right through my cape.
I don't know, my character's bald.
Yeah. He's bald. It's the solar panel for a love machine.
Solar panel for a sex machine. Yeah. Yep.
I thought it was bed bugs. Damn. See, even we can misinterpret it. I'm like, bed bugs. Yeah. I'm like, damn. But those wisps are there. But now Brittany, Sorcerer Steve, on Tuesdays he's working on Central Brittany. Here he's working on the Brittany and Coliseum edition. I'm thinking we're going to get to see a sneak peek of it. We may not be fully finished, but I think we may.
We'll get pictures of it.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get pictures, but
But you know something
because
I
we've
don't
already
know?
seen pictures of Brittany. No, but
Okay.
the person that does is here. Although, actually, he's coming in and out, which is Casey, who delivered stuff to the office the other day. Not I.
Yes. Well, it's not your time of the month to go down there. Your time of the month is
That's
next
right.
week.
I know.
Is
And by the time I go, it's everything's already been published.
well, you get to see what's going on usually the night before when they're in sanity. Well, not sanity testing. What the hell do they call that?
They're in panic mode
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they've got to fix bugs.
Panic. Is
Yeah, it's like, damn, I need a
there's
beer.
a word they use for when they're locking it. It's not lockdown. Lockdown starts tomorrow. But when they're putting the build out there and upgrading it and getting it out there, there's a word they've used in the past. I can't recall at this moment. I don't know. But we're seeing a lot of stuff. Recipe books are getting the work over. A lot of crafting stuff we're seeing getting here. Obsidian crafting is something's coming in. I'm hearing some interesting things out there that I have no confirmation on yet. So there's a lot of stuff going on that's just I'm fascinated by, and I'm trying to find the answers to. And when I find the answers, we'll be bringing it to you out here. But a lot of chatter going on behind the scenes, and it's real interesting to see how this is developing. Gonna love this shit when it's if it all comes to fruition. Is you're funny.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're too funny. Hang up.
Well, I have yet to receive a text from Justin today, so I don't know whether or not she's busy or not.
Now, just out of curiosity, you made comment, I made comment. I've confirmed a surprise visitor on Friday. Have you confirmed the other surprise visitor?
Well, maybe.
Maybe, baby.
I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth. Okay. Is that a fifth of Jack, or
Yeah.
is that a fifth of Tito's?
It's me.
It would be a fifth of Jack because I am Jack.
Because we are all Jack. That's right. What do you mean it's you?
Well, the secret guest I was
no
talking
idea.
about is Scroda.
Schroeder.
Yeah, he's actually going to talk during the show.
Oh, he's actually going to come on and do something. Yeah, Scroda. Once you hit play on there, you can join in the conversation. You don't have to be a mute over there. I guess we got to, egg him on like we did with
he
Casey.
might be singing along.
Well, that would be cool if he had lyrics going on up there. 'Cause, I wonder if you could actually set up some kind of macro system to sing lyrics while you're playing.
I've been thinking about that actually.
That's one of
It
my
is
pet
possible.
peeves. You guys know, every day I come in and Jack laughs at me because he sees me copy and paste this into my chat so that I have it there for people. But I'm looking for a way. There used to be a program back in the day for UO called UO Curse. And all it was a little text-to game, It had built-in curses that were in Old English, may the fleas of 1,000 camels infest your armpits, stuff like that, just off the cuff, stupid, crazy, curses and remarks and stuff like that. Plus, you could edit your own text. So, if you wanted to say, hey, I've got potions for sale over and over and over, you would click the button and it would just transpose it into the game for you. You know, I would love to see something like that where speech, you know, for general greetings, and incorporate the emotes that would allow us to take the EM emote and really have some fun with that without getting too crazy. Because right now I've got it so that, you know, I actually went ahead and let me see if I have some of my EMs in here.
I mean, you could always just use the up arrow.
Yeah, but I'm talking about getting it in there in the first place.
Yeah, and there is actually a spam filter. I forgot how many times you can say something within a time frame in order to trigger it.
You just have to have a break once every second. And for some reason, that never updated. I don't know why, or did I move them? Yeah, because I had all sorts of stuff like, you know, smiles and grins and stuff like that, so that I have to actually copy and paste them in. But then I started using the emote command, the EM command. But it'd be just easier if somebody had a little, you know, click on, you know, put the text in there and click on an editor, which would be nice for anybody out there who may want to take on that kind of endeavor. It would be nice. Otherwise, we still got to do it manually. I'm sure we're going to see all these little toys and stuff come in as people develop things for the game. We see quite a bit of it now. Something like Soda Map. Ewok, smart man. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, now, of course, you can use the arrow key, but what if you've been in the middle of a conversation with somebody for the last 10 minutes, and that's all the way down at the bottom of the queue? Yeah, that sucks, don't it? Did we lose you?
Don't know what you're talking about.
What's going on?
I don't know.
I have no idea what Laz is talking about.
I'm lost.
Laz got off on something.
Is this real?
Yeah, well, you put in the go to Shroud
No, it's not.
Marketplace for all your soda needs, and you said you can always use the up arrow, which I do here. You know, if I want to do that over and over again using the up arrow, what I was saying was, what if you've been in a conversation for 10 minutes? It's not right there in the up arrow anymore.
Yeah, it's a pain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. He followed.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I know.
I was just making things up.
I was fixing your website.
His, Jack had
Don't
the
break
earphones off, the water in his mouth, and he said, yeah, Laz is rambling on a soapbox again. I'll pay attention in about 5
It's like,
minutes.
I'll be back in about 10.
But anyway, moving right along. Let's go ahead and hit up today's calendar here, Jack. Let's go ahead and get that out there for the good folks.
I am not prepared for that.
Oh.
Chop, chop.
Yeah, because we still have 15 minutes of the show left. It's too early for the
No,
calendar.
it's not, because it's going to take you a couple minutes to do the calendar, and then by the time we hit 10 till, we're going to start the sponsors, and by the time we get the sponsors, we'll be up into thank yous, and by the time thank yous, trust me, I've got this timed out.
So you're going to draw out the calendar as long as possible.
No, because we always wind up getting sidetracked somehow. You know, I've got it to the point where at about 1:45, if we don't start the calendar, we're running 5 minutes over. And we really got to tighten that 1 hour up, you know. So,
I don't know what you're talking about, because like if you're looking at my stream, you would have seen that I've had the calendar up for like 2 minutes.
You know, I'm never looking at your stream, as I got too many other things. It used to be I was all over the place. Now I've got several things that I focus on, and I don't go squirrel. Yeah.
Squirrel. So Squirrel, the calendar is provided
real?
by.
Is that real?
No, it's not.
This is the Matrix. Welcome to my world.
Okay,
Calendar is, remember, you can always go to nbnn.info and click on the calendar button at the top, and the calendar is provided by our friends over at Avatar Circle, currently administered by Kazin Phoenix Fire or Wrath Phoenix on the forums, or IRC, or on Twitch, Wrath Phoenix. All times are Central Standard Time in the real world, but in-game we refer to it as New Britannia time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are generally slow in Shroud of the Avatar, so the calendar will be very, very short. So today at 4 o'clock on Avatar's Radio, we have DJ Golden Wing with Community Appreciation Wednesday, where it's 3 hours of great community works, including poetry, music, stories, etc. So be sure and join DJ Golden Wing for Community Appreciation Wednesday on Avatar's Radio. What was that?
Exeter?
Why did you say that?
Never mind.
Never Center?
You said it, etc. I said Exeter. You missed it.
Okay.
Move on.
Yeah. Yeah. You were late. That's why. So, the Every Virtue is Lasting has their Virtue League PvP tournament tonight. That begins promptly at 7. It's going to be in the Underworld at Ashfall Festum. Remember, you can go to sodamap.com to find that. And then from there, that is... Yes. Remember, the entry fee is 1,000 gold. They do have 2 different brackets, an experienced PvPer versus bracket and a novice PvP bracket. So remember, multiple brackets, and they do have actual seeds and everything else. So it's all actually very well done. At 8 o'clock is the best and most important event of the week, and that is Striker Sparhawk's Happy Hour, otherwise known as
Spend Sparhawk's Gold.
Yes, if you want to see the devs do weird things to the game, you can always show up there and you can test your drunk fighting skills. If you're not into getting really, really drunk and hanging out with a couple of devs or lots of other people, you can always go to the Care Drawquitch and Bowen Bloodgood's Wednesday nights, where you get to roleplay nightly things. So,
Nightly things.
If you want, nightly things on Wednesday nights. Yeah, so you could go roleplay getting a shrubbery.
A shrubbery?
Yes, bring me back a shrubbery.
Bring me back a shrubbery.
And that is our
shrubbery.
Yep. And that is our calendar for Wednesday, March 23rd in Shroud of the Avatar. And I even drew that out for a good solid 3.5 minutes.
About 3.5 minutes. And he's making it last. You better go see that guy down in, what was that, Odoris? Talk to him about some of those Viagra pills. Make it last a little bit longer.
What's that about?
That is someone from Pax Lair. NPC in Ardoris, if you go talk to him about love, it is something of Pax Lair. That's the NPC. So be sure and go talk to him, and then start asking him about love and go through all the clickies.
Yeah. He has some surprise dialogue. Our developers, like we say, they have a very, very interesting sense of humor. And I came across this several months ago, and we died laughing for a couple days over it. And of course, we bring it up. We don't tell everybody what it says anymore, because go find it and enjoy the surprise yourself. So I'll have to actually look up that name. Wonder if we could find that on sodamap.com. I don't know. I'll have to look.
I knew it, but I can't quite remember it.
But speaking of sodamap.com, that brings us to our sponsors. And of course, Relics by Rild out there is go out to relicsbyrild.com. Get all your licensed Shroud of the Avatar swag. You can get everything from t-shirts to patches to coffee mugs, pint glasses, hats, all sorts of other good stuff. Got some coins, got comic book. And he's working on some new stuff out there. Ben sent us a tweet the other day, and he's been out there on the other social media sites asking people for their pictures. If you've got pictures of some of the mob bosses, you got some of the creatures and critters from out here, he's working on an idea that may become Soda merchandise at some point. And he's asking the community to send in their pictures for submissions so he can work with his artist and she can get some concept art started on some of this. and you can send those submissions to Ben at relicsmyrill.com. So we'll get that information out there for Ben. We'll keep getting that out there until he says, hey, I got what I need. This way we try and get some more submissions for him out there. Of course, Jacob White over at sodamap.com. Sodamap for all your travel needs. You want to find your way around the Shroud Avatar, you find yourself lost, or somebody says, hey, meet me in Paxslayer, and you don't know where Paxslayer is. Go to sodamap.com, go to the upper left-hand corner, type in the location where you're at or the location you want to go to. It'll show you exactly on the map, thanks to our friend over there, Jacob White. Jacob, we love you. Our friends over at sodacraft.com and, of course, sodataming.com. Those guys have all the information you need for all your crafting needs and all your taming needs. Go check those guys out. They've done all the hard work for you. Nick Knack is gone. He's got all the information you need on taming, and Ashmal's gone ahead. And he's got all the tables on what you need to do crafting. He's usually got the most up-to-date crafting recipes out there. So go check him out. And then, of course, we got our friends over at shroudmarketplace.com. And Jack, I'll let you take it from here on that one.
Okay, shroudmarketplace.com is going to be the website where you can register to buy or sell anything that you want that is Shroud of the Avatar related. So you can do Scrota's music service thing, and you can see that Scrota, our friend Scrota, has registered his own business, and he is selling the ability to play for an hour any type of music that you want. It's just $1. I would up that price.
It's a special introductory price.
Yeah,
It's this low special
very
introductory
special
price by
very,
Scrota.
very. Yeah. I think I'm going to take him up on the limited the what? That's not in the terms.
Limited availability.
Limited availability.
Okay.
He's not available from noon to 1 New Britannia time, Monday through Friday. If you want him during that time, you got to pay a premium.
That's right.
Yeah. So
I am a
Shroud
sellout.
Marketplace.
That in mind.
Yeah. Shroud Marketplace does allow you to register as a vendor, so you can sell your wares and services. You can even do your own competing decorating service or a wedding service. I don't know who would do that, although the wedding service is no longer there. What happened to it?
It must have got knocked down. It's still there.
It's just in the wrong place. That's why.
Well, I don't know. I didn't break that website. I don't know about that one.
Don't break it.
Gotta go talk to the admin over there and find out why my stuff's not appearing.
Quit breaking
it's
everything.
there. It's just in the wrong place. Okay, so remember, you can register as a vendor. You can register as just to buy things, and it probably will have almost everywhere in the game, and as well as every service, including housing.
Yes, and for you decorators out there, Justin, if you're listening, I know you listen whenever you can, but you got to register out there. Again, she was telling us about the decorating stuff, and what time and energy it takes to transport those goods, let alone make most of those goods for your decorating needs. And I think those decorators should be able to get some compensation for their time and energy. So shroudmarketplace.com is an absolute perfect place to get yourself out there, get yourself known, and of course maybe make a buck or two while you're doing it. So great stuff out there. But meanwhile, and that's it for the sponsors. Got a couple surprise guests coming in on Friday. Going to be interesting to see. The one guest I've got coming in is just going to come on and join us and sit and shoot the shit about the weekly updates and stuff that we're going to be discussing around what's coming up on this next release, all that good stuff. And he's just going to be taking us, it's a he, so you know that. He's just going to be taking us up on a standing offer of, hey, come join us, hang out with us, shoot the shit about what's going on in Shroud Avatar in your world. So we're going to have that coming up, yes. And, of course, we have another confirmed, unconfirmed. Jack pleads the fifth of Jack. Not talking about it until Friday, so.
Well, it depends on whether or not she actually shows up. I mean, she says she doesn't have to work that day, so we will see.
Okay. Well, it can only be a handful of people, but I'll keep my mouth shut here.
I know. Half a dozen people have my phone number.
I was gonna say there's only so many girls that Jack knows. Yeah.
Wait, you remember that some people thought I was actually married to someone in game.
That's right.
And that was outside of the game.
Yeah.
And that was Portalarium employees, BMC members, as well as a few other people thought I was married to this person.
Who are you married to?
Well, if I told you, then it really becomes a huge joke.
Yeah. That's funny.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, if you were at the helping Portalarium move, you would have figured that out.
Yes, it's of course.
Or if you went to the Austin player gatherings, you would find out as well.
But yeah, I thought it was referring to me. You know, people thought that too. It's like, you guys are married or something. You guys all know an awful lot about each other. Talk too much about fashion.
I know. It's all about the kilt.
It's all about the kilt.
Kilt.
Freedom! Anyway, that's going to be about wrapping it up here. We got to start wrapping it up here, folks. Had a minute or two left in the show.
Thank you, everybody, for actually paying attention, letting us get on our soapbox and talk to you. We couldn't do the show if it wasn't for you. Let's see. Hold on. Can't talk and actually bring up tabs at the same time. So we need to definitely thank everybody that's watching on YouTube and on Twitch while we are live. So if you are, for some reason, I don't have any Twitch chat other than the Mighty Ewok and Dreadfully Despised.
Yeah, I don't see anybody in the other channel today. It looks like it's broken over there.
Last night I did receive a message that they were changing servers, so maybe they did do that for you.
That's quite possible.
For your channel.
Wondering why I'm not seeing anybody hanging out over there today. I'm going, it's hump day. I can understand. The world's gone to hell in a handbasket out there. Is Trump and Hillary are leading the polls. It's all going to hell, I'm telling you. Yeah. But anyway.
So, everybody, thank you for watching. We couldn't do this without you. Thank you for joining us in Discord, Ewok, as well as Luca, even though you were doing the dishes. Thank you. We do this
everybody. Scroda.
Yes. Thank you, Scroda.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And, of course, yes, thank you, Scroda, for the daily tunes that he brings for us here, for listeners out there. One of the newest additions to the show is, instead of the plain old boring background music, Scroda entertains the folks while we sit here and talk throughout the show. And he comes up with some pretty sweet tunes sometimes here, too. Oh, look at this. Yeah, great tune right there. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and roll out of here today. I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
I'm Scroda.
And we are NBNN. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow with more here in Shroud of the Avatar. Hopefully we'll have some updates that we can talk about. There'll probably be some we can't talk about. And we'll be bringing you the latest updates as we get them here in Shroud of the Avatar. Till tomorrow, stay tuned to NBNN for more news, entertainment, crazy wild happenings, and any other updates we can bring you here in the game. We'll see y'all tomorrow, folks. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scroda. Thank you, everybody.
Stop breaking things.
Where's Casey?
I didn't break it.
I haven't seen.
Although I can fix it.
You can't fix it, thing. You can't fix it. You break things.
So Shroud Marketplace finally went through an upgrade.
They fixed it.
They fixed something. I don't know if it was it or